City Connect is a brand new pilot program that Salt Lake City is leading out in, and that is providing internet, community internet for individuals in Rose Park and Glendale. When COVID happened 6 months ago and libraries closed, schools closed, community centers closed, coffee shops closed, we were quick to realize that digital equity is still very much a part of our community, and we need to pay attention to this. And so it's taken a little bit to get this pilot program off the ground, but there's a lot of partners that are involved. The LDS Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, our IMS department, and some community partners as well, so that we can open up free internet access and computer access for those neighbors and residents of these neighborhoods that don't have access in their home. The internet is still very much a luxury utility that not everyone has available in their home, so we can't take that for granted.
Why is it important for people to utilize it, and how could this program grow?
This program could definitely grow. Why is it important for individuals? Because right now, as families are trying to register to get back to school, everybody's trying to register online, jobs are online, unemployment, workforce, telehealth, all of our doctor's appointments are online, the census is online. Everything has kind of gone online over the last 6 months. And again, that's great if you have access to a strong, stable Wi-Fi internet connection in your home. And some families and some neighborhoods still don't have that. So we brought this City Connect program to the neighborhoods and to the areas that we feel like there are people that still need to use it.
As we're thinking about these things, why is it you think sort of that digital divide and that digital equity is something that people aren't as aware of? Like, why is that sort of off people's radar?
That's a great question. It was off people's radar for quite a while. I've been beating the digital equity drum for a long time. And in the past, whenever you said, well, you know, sometimes people don't have digital equity in their home, the answer was, well, they can go to their local school, they can go to their local library, they can go to their local community center, you can go to any, you know, pretty much any coffee shop around and just use public Wi-Fi right there. When all of that closed in the middle of March, then we quickly realized that all information about a public health order was being distributed online and digitally. And so we still have to make sure that the information is reaching individuals who are maybe not as plugged in and connected as others.
Why is it important for the city to address digital equity generally, not just during the pandemic? Why is that incumbent upon us to do that?
Again, just because everything has gone online, you know, access to a lot of services over the last 10 years, digital equity has kind of been increasing, and digital equity efforts have been increasing because there's been a wider gap of digital inequity, literally infrastructure of broadband. When we talk about digital equity, there's 3 components of digital equity. So you're talking about the physicality, internet, broadband, Wi-Fi access. You're talking about access. Secondly, you're talking about devices. Again, some of us have access to a lot of devices, some of us don't. The third thing is also digital literacy. When schools and everything immediately went online, and that soft open, even in the soft opening of going online, you have to be very careful that families are connected, have the devices, and the parents and the students both have the digital literacy to navigate this. So the city is stepping into the gap where maybe service providers haven't reached the west side and different communities. They haven't quite reached the expansion that they're needing. So the city is just stepping into the gap, making sure that everybody has access.
If I am trying to help someone who needs access to internet, where do I tell them to go?
I tell them to follow the signs. We have old school signs that have gone up with really beautiful Salt Lake City logos that say City Connect. And you can kind of see, this is almost like old school internet cafes. It really is, and it's open. Some of us remember those, but you follow the links, and I know that there's evening hours, there's morning hours. The Sorensen Unity Center, sometimes you have to make an appointment, but you just want to go online and check out. And so I know that a lot of community members like myself and like everybody else, we're really checking on our neighbors. Do you need access to the internet? There are some Wi-Fi hotspots available in the area, but if they need to go sit down somewhere and plug in take a lot of time, fill out whatever they need to fill out for their child's school registration, they can go to the Rose Park City Connect and also the Glendale City Connect and find those hours of operation for their family members. And when you go, you'll see signs that say open, the doors are open, the windows are open. What's really nice about it is they have a sanitation station as soon as you walk in. If you don't have a mask, you can pick up a mask, you can get some hand sanitizer. Safe and socially distant computer areas are there. There's people to help, there's IT on hand. But this really is, I mean, we're having this beautiful conversation on Zoom on a stable internet connection. This interview will go out digitally and virtually. So I really want to make sure that people in the community know they're checking on their neighbors, their friends who may not have access to the internet. They can go there, fill out their private information, apply for whatever they need to apply, get their kids registered, fill out the census, sign up for pandemic EBT. I mean, there's so many needs right now that are only available online. We really need to make sure. So we're piloting this program and hoping that the news spreads far and wide.